Try this again. Try it about the third time. Damn YouTube. Damn YouTube. Always something. Always something. Hi, Jessica. Third time I tried to get on here this morning. YouTube keeps messing with me constantly. I don't know what their problem is. How are you this morning, Jessica? I had a couple other people in here and I had to shut the thing down and restart it. I guess it's working now. YouTube messing with me. They're messing with everybody lately. It wouldn't let me stream. I had to go into the settings and find the culprit and uncheck it. Always something. I only have problems when I try and do something, you know. When I try and do something, and it's like the kitchen. I go open a cupboard door and all the Tupperware will fall out and hit me in the head. That's the way I roll. No, he's the same, because we can't get anybody to do anything for you in this town. You ain't gonna find out anything till Monday. He's been suffering all weekend. He came over here the other day and sat down in my chair right next to me here and was crying because he's in such pain. Trying to not let me know he was, but it's terrible. So he went and got more blood tests and stuff Saturday, and they called him and said that they were referring him to this gastroenterologist or whatever, and they put urgent on it, which is, you know, the biggest, hardest referral you can get, and they put urgent on it. So he's going to wait till Monday and see if he hears anything. If he don't, he's going to do what I told him to do in the first place, is go to the University Medical Center up in Ann Arbor. You go in there and they fix you. I mean, they don't send you back out the door if you're not fixed, like this hotel here in my town does. This hospital I went to a couple times. The nurses and all are nice, the staff and stuff. The doctors are all idiots. They don't have a clue. None of them. It's like going to a hotel with a $50,000 bill at the end of the day. I went in there and they told me I had COPD in my lungs, and I breathe fine. The reason I get out of breath is because I'm such a fat ass. Walking from here to the kitchen is like somebody else going out and running 2 blocks. That's why I get out of breath. But you know, they know it all. They want you to take them $300-400 a month medicines that you don't need, and he's just fighting to get some painkillers. Finally, they gave him some, but he's got just enough to last until Monday, I guess. So I don't know what's going to happen Monday. If you don't die before then. They don't care around here. They don't. You're just a damn number. Give me your money. Give me your money. How much time did I spend on you? Okay, send the next one in. Excuse me. Got that morning frog in my throat. Yeah, I don't know if anybody will find out I'm going again now or not, because I was going and I had to stop it, restart it. We'll see. We'll see. I got audio going out, I can tell that. Oh, she's all right. She still works. She's actually 9 months older than me and 10 times better than me. She was going out doing 1 and 2 mile walks and all that stuff, and she got an exercise bike out there and she rides that. So she tries to keep in shape. Me, I didn't, and that's why I'm suffering for it. Frog. Can't get rid of that frog. Yeah, maybe those 2 people that were here earlier will find out I'm back on again. I don't know. Oh, what do you want, cat? Cat's out there meowing. She wants something. Somebody let her out or something. I don't know. There's people here besides me. Oh, skeptic about the paranormal, you mean? Yeah. A lot of people are. Most people are, I would say. Most people are scared of even trying it, you know. They just like the, you know, doing a ghost box session. They're afraid of it. It's like a Ouija board, and I don't blame them any, you know. But the ones that ain't, the ones that want to be adventurous and try it, I would say 75% of them, they try it, they don't get nothing, and that's the end of it, you know. They ain't no such thing, you know. But the other percentage of people, when they try it and they think they get answers, and it spurs them to trying it again and again, and that first time they hear their name spoken to them, then they're hooked. There ain't no going back. That proves it to them that, you know, we are actually talking to spirits. And they'll say your name sooner or later. If you haven't yet, they will. I think they just have to become comfortable with you, you know. Oh. For watching. Well, that's interesting. So that means there's 2 more people watching that haven't joined us. They're lurkers. Or they can't figure out how to get back in here. I don't know. I might have been the 2 that came in and I had to shut it down because YouTube was messing with me. They didn't actually shut it down, but it was screwed up somehow. It wouldn't work, and it kept saying, "You cannot monetize this. You cannot monetize this live stream. You cannot So I had to go and see if I had anything turned on for monetization, And I had turned all that crap off back a long time ago. And then I got a letter the other day that says we're going to kick you out of the AdSense monetization program because you don't qualify. You got to have 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers, and I got over 1,000 subscribers, but apparently didn't have people watch 4,000 hours of my movies. So I didn't qualify. They're going to kick me out. Well, now they've turned my monetization off somehow, and it screwed my stream up here because I had something checked in the settings that alluded to the fact that I wanted to monetize, and I don't. Well, hello there, Matt. How's everything down under? I've been watching your tennis match. I watched them two women on the finals last night. I love watching tennis. Oh, they're pretty good. I may have to get up here. I got a cat screaming at me. I don't know if she's trapped in the granddaughter's room or... Yeah, I imagine. I watched that final women's single match last night. That was good. I thought the little short girl in the red dress was going to win it. I was surprised when the tall blonde won it. But it looks like they both were being fatigued by the heat. It's been so hot down there, I know. I watched this one guy that has a vaping channel. He was saying the other day there where you're at, it was 108 Fahrenheit. That's almost hard to believe, but he said it was muggy and hot and sweaty, and he was dying. You probably know all about it. Oh, we don't get no cricket up here in the States. Cricket ain't that one that they play with that hard ball and those long wooden things they have on their arm, like a tunnel type boomerang looking thing? I don't know. I read about something. I think it's in Australia. There's one place there in your country they have that whole city. It's like underground. I don't know if the Aborigines built it back long ago or some other civilization, but I read about it. I was pretty sure it was Australia. It's like a whole city underground. You get down underground a ways and it'd be nice and cool down there. I take a break, guys. I gotta get up here for a second. I'll be right back. I go see what this damn cat wants. She's not gonna stop, so I'll be right back. Continue without me. Oh God! If I can get up, I made it up. Oh, man. Take all this crap off. All right, cat, where are you? You're standing outside that fucking door, meowing. She'll come out when she's done. Yeah. Damn. Maybe get up and come out here. You want to go out? I'll go out there and let you out. That's what you want. Okay. All right. Go. You little bitch. You don't want out, do you? You want food, right? Listen to her. Damn, cat. You crazy? How's she gonna stand right next to her dish? What is your problem? Huh? Go get her. Tell her, so don't walk away from me. Give me my food. Tell her. Go tell her. Staring right at you. Tail's a wagging. Yeah. Okay, I'm going back to my room. You're in her hands. You're becoming more vocal. Maybe get up and come see what you wanted. Damn. Oh, you probably heard me out there. I didn't mean to throw my life in on you. Let me get my oxygen back on. Damn cat. Wow, now I can't breathe. That's what she does to me when she wants to be let out, because she's housebroke like a dog. Believe it or not, we don't have no litter boxes. Wow, I'm back. We don't have no litter boxes. She just comes and tells you when she wants out, and usually she don't tell you until she has to go. So I thought she was coming to tell me that. Instead, she loves my wife. My wife is in taking a shower and is cleaning up this morning, and she sits right outside, right on her door, right on the door, like a dog, and she won't leave until she comes out. And then she meows, and thinks she's going to get fed, you see. Well, apparently she must be really hungry this morning. I thought she wanted out, so I got up. Noticed she was against the door, and she wanted food is what she wanted. So my wife came out and went out in the kitchen, and my cat fell right out there. My wife went over in the living room and sat down, and that cat was having a fit. Hey, you forgot to feed me, is what she's saying, I think. Oh, crazy cat. Oh, a hard ball and a bat, huh? No. Normally I don't have too much to do with her, and she gives me a wide berth. She knows she can't come in my room. I'll kick her ass right out the door, literally. She knows she don't come in my room. And she still comes around me when she wants something. You know, if she just needs to go out, she'll come around, and she knows I'll let her out. But I used to feed her, and then I started catching hell from my wife because she was getting too fat, and everybody was feeding her, because she does that same thing no matter who comes around. She'll go around and rub their legs and meow, 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 and go over and stand by her dish. And I guess she had 2 or 3 of us feeding her each day. So now, everybody's forbidden to feed her except the wife. So she only gets fed once a day instead of 2 or 3 times. She's so huge, but she ain't really, because it's all fur. She's a long-haired like a tomcat. If you know what Sylvester looks like, well, that's what she looks like Sylvester. Black and white. She got this big, I mean, she looks the size of a raccoon, but when you grab her body, it's all hair. And she's getting old. She's set in her ways. We've had her over 10 years, maybe close to 15 years already. I don't know. I think cats live about 20. I don't know. She's getting old. She got gray hair on her rump on one side. She got some gray hair, so she's getting old. Yeah, we don't have no dogs. I'm not a dog person. Of course, I went through that with all my kids. We've had a bunch of them here. I personally, dogs are good for two things as far as I'm concerned. This is only my opinion, of course. Shitting on your floor and barking. That's the only two damn things they're good for. There's some smart dogs, but not very many of them. Not very many. All the dogs that we've had are dumber than a damn rock. Cats are smart. They learn fast too. You know, that's why there's cat people and dog people, I guess. I got people that do anything for their dogs, but not me. They even let them lick them in the face and all that shit. Not me. I would no sooner let a dog lick me in the face than I would a cat or any animal. That's just gross as far as I'm concerned. People swap spit with them damn dogs, and them dogs go around smelling every butthole they can from another dog, and gross, just nasty, gross. Never happened. Oh, them little yappy chihuahuas. My son's got two of them. One's called Cabbage, and I can't know the hell the other one's name is, but them little suckers make more noise than a big dog. God, them things, ear piercing. They just bark constantly. God, hate them chihuahuas. Nice chihuahua. My wife's sister has big dogs. Bulldog, boxer, big jowly dogs with that slime and shit hanging all the time off their jaws. She lets the dogs ride in the back seat of her car, and both back windows you can't see in because it's so coated with slime from them dogs' mouth. God, that's gross. And then to let them loose in your house and flinging that slime all over the place, and ain't no damn way in hell. Them were outdoor dogs. If I owned them, they'd be outdoor dogs. They wouldn't step a foot inside the house. They'd have their own little house out there, and that would be it. Man, nasty, slimy jowls on them dogs. I don't want no part of that. Not at all. Well, possums will rip them a new rear end. Possum's got a mouthful of teeth, boy. Sharp ones, too. I never liked terriers. The little Jack Earls are cute and stuff, but I had a beagle once, and a beagle, I believe, is a terrier. And that dog stunk. It just, them terriers have a smell to them, man. That's what I remember about that beagle. He stunk. All the time, he stunk. I don't know what it is. I've had some nice dogs, though, too. I had one of them black and white ones that they use for herding animals and stuff with cows and different things. They're black and white, and it's not a collie, but it's, I can't think of the type it is, but that was a good little dog. Crazy dog, but good little dog. We've had a few good ones. We have had Yorkshire Terriers, and them have been pretty good. They didn't smell, but that beagle used to smell. I don't know. We've had a couple of Yorkshire Terriers, and they both... We get a good dog, my wife gives it to somebody. My daughter had 2 Yorkies, and we had one. We've had a couple. Paid big money for them, and then the neighbor's German Shepherd got a hold of one of them, shook it till it was dead. And then our other neighbor over here, his dog got a hold of another one, and I can't remember what kind of dog they had over there. It was a Doberman or a no, it was one of them big black ones. Shoot, Rottweiler got her, and so told my wife after that last Yorkie, that's the end of the damn dogs. No more dogs. Yeah, of course, them little Yorkies, they got baths all the time, you know, and they were always, you have to be primped, you know, them little Yorkies. They're cuter than hell, though. I like them. I do like them. If they don't shit in the house. Most dogs shit in the house. Takes a long time to train them dumbasses. Pardon my French. But we didn't even train the cat. She trained herself. You know, we used to start it out. We used to have a litter box in here, and if anything I hate is to walk into somebody's house and smell cat urine. And you know how bad it stinks. And even though they got a litter box, it still stinks. The damn litter box stinks unless you change it constantly. And somehow we would just made her into an outside cat, and we'd throw her outside. The neighbor's house is pretty close by, and they got the big hedges all around the front of it. She runs over there, and she got like that's where she goes. She goes underneath them hedges over there. And I think she just lays there and watches the world go by, you know. That's her favorite spot. So she probably digs the ground up and does her business over there too. I don't care where she does it, as long as she don't do it over here or in the house. But now, yeah, she's trained herself. Now, man, she has to go to the bathroom, and she knows she has to go outside to do it. So that was just a bonus. A bonus. Definitely a bonus. Boy, I guess nobody else is going to show up. Just us guys. I had 2 others that started to show up, and I don't know if I shut the stream down on them or not, but I may have. Well, that's good, I guess. They make those little things you can put in your door to let them go in and out through the. Well, I'd have to open the door, but if it was a screen door or something, it'd be all right, you know. But in the wintertime, I don't think they would keep the cold out very well. It wouldn't be good to have in your main door. Of course, you're in Australia. Be all right where you're at. You don't have snow and stuff, snow and stuff coming through your door. Curiosity, Jessica, curiosity. Just like you have, I started watching paranormal videos on TV, or on YouTube. Oh yeah. I got interested in it, Jessica, because when I was a kid, I got this, pardon my French, the shit scared out of me when I was a kid. And always in the back of my mind, I guess. And then when I found people doing this stuff on YouTube. Went right out and bought me a radio and tried it, and was successful after a few tries, and just branched out from there. I'll tell you the short of it, Jessica. When I was a kid, my dad died when I was 9 years old. And 9 years old, you know, it's hard to even remember back when I was 9 years old. I can't really. But after my father passed away, my grandfather used to live with us, and he was 86 years old, I think, or he was in his 80s. Skinny, old man, sat in his rocking chair and rocked a lot of the time, smoked a big old stinky pipe. And I used to sit on his lap as a little kid. I can remember that. I had the pajamas with the feet in them, and I remember sitting on Grandpa's lap, and he'd rock me in the rocker. I can remember that. But yeah, I still do ghost boxes now every now and then. I got a real good one of my best sessions ever. I posted here, I think last week sometime. But yeah, I got a really phenomenal one here last week or so. I hadn't been on there for a long time, and man, I got all kinds of validations, and it was really one of my best sessions. I think that's the name of it on there. It's one of my best sessions. But
to send and receive messages, first register in your Alexa app.
Now, why is she talking? Government spying on me? Echo, what time is it?
The time is 6:14 a.m.
Okay, now shut up. Echo, shut up. Didn't say nothing back. Anyway, Jessica, my grandfather couldn't live with the fact that he outlived his son. My dad went in the hospital for tests and ended up having a stroke in the hospital, and he ended up dying. And it crushed my grandfather, and he couldn't live with it. So he laid out all his goodies on a chair, on a workbench down in the basement, tied a rope to the rafters, climbed up on a chair, and kicked the chair out, and hung himself in my basement over there where I used to live all my life. So that, you know, with all the ruckus of the cops and shit around and all that stuff, and I guess, you know, being an impressionable 9-year-old kid, I just figured there was something really bad wrong, you know, and that happened in that basement. Whether I really, you know, realized what had happened and why it had happened, I just related to being something bad in the basement. And from that time on, I used to be deathly afraid of going in the basement. Used to go down there and to get canned goods off the shelf from my mom, because she had a pantry and it was in the basement. I used to send me down there, go down there and get me a can of blah, 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 blah. And I'd go down there, man, I didn't want to go down there. And I'd get that can of whatever she wanted, and I'd go back up them stairs, and I'd go up them stairs 2 or 3 at a time, thinking something was reaching out, you know, to get me from behind. I was scared shitless going in that basement all that time. I still don't like going down that basement. It's just something that psychologically, you know, messes you up. And I definitely got messed up about going down in that basement. So, you know, that made me interested, and then I just went from there. I got to turn my air conditioner on. I'm dying here. Air conditioner in the wintertime, I know. But I'm in a room from hell, I call it. It's only 72, but that's still hot for me. I like it in the 60s. I like underground temperatures. One of my longest too, man. I think it was, God, I think that was the longest session I ever did. It was like 34 minutes or something like that. That's crazy. Because I did a session here the other day. And I couldn't hardly get nothing. They weren't interested in me at all. They were they were on a mission. I think they were crossing people over. Because the spirits weren't talking to me, man. They were like talking to each other, and I kept hearing that beeping noise going on in the background, and I asked them a few questions, didn't get no answers, and I never did anything with it, even try and annotate it. Sometimes, you just never know. Sometimes you get a good connection, or they want to talk to you and go out of their way to talk to you, and then other times you can't beg a word from them. So that's what turns so many people off when they start doing this crap is, they think it's going to be instant gratification. They get on there and they can't get nobody right away. They think it's all BS, Even as long as I've been doing it, as good a connection as I usually have, sometimes I get on there and I can't get nobody. They just don't want to talk. They got other things going on, and I mean, who doesn't, We all do. Yeah. Yeah, well, I got more things than that. I got this 55-inch TV right in front of me here. It's an LED, so it doesn't put out too much heat. The one I got rid of, the 50-inch, I used to have a 50-inch plasma, and I gave that to my daughter, and then I bought this 55-inch LED because I wanted 1080p, and the plasma I gave her was a 720p. So I wanted to be able to use this from my monitor, which I'm using right now. I'm staring at my computer screen, actually, talking to you guys, but my computer screen is here on a 55-inch TV. So I'm watching a 55-inch computer monitor right now. Is what it amounts to. And then my other 34-inch monitor over there, it's going too. I have whatever's mirrored on my regular monitor is mirrored over here on the TV. So I got 2 mouses and 2 keyboards. I've got a wireless set for over here, and then I got the regular ones over there at the desk. But my computer, Matt, has got 5, 6, 7 fans in it. At least 6 fans. Might be 7. There's 2 in the top, 2 in the front. That's 4. 1 in the back. That's 5. 2 in the graphics card. That's 7. And then there's a CPU fan. It's 8. I got 8 fans in that thing. And it puts out some heat. It's 4.1 gigahertz processor, 8 cores, and then my computer graphics card is 8 gigabyte graphics card. So all that crap really puts out some heat. And then I got this oxygen concentrator over here that actually is just a big damn air compressor. It runs constantly, and it really puts out the heat. And that goes 24/7. So I got this air conditioner running 24/7 to counteract all the heat from this other stuff, and it does a pretty good job. Boy, I got my utility bill this month, and it was, oh God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it a couple more months. Hopefully spring's on its way. Yeah, I was going to water cool mine when I built it, but I mean the processor, of course, but I never did. I never messed with water cooling before, and I don't know, I just didn't want to mess with it. I got this great big giant humongous fan on it, on the processor, but it's working. They're all big high CFM fans, but they run slow, you know, they don't make a lot of noise. Yeah, I couldn't stand it down there where you're at. It would just kill me. I can barely stand it here. So, do you do sessions, Jessica? Do you do any sessions at all? Oh, yeah, I bet it was a real old shit moment. Well, you're going to have them, Jessica. It's just part of the game. I wouldn't stop over that. You're letting them scare you. That's what you're doing, and they know it. They know everything about you. You ought to know that by now if you've ever done sessions. And they know when you're scared. And some of them are idiots, and that's what they want to do. They want to scare you. It's fun for them. You don't let it scare you, then you defeat them. If you let them scare you, then they win. They're going to call you bad names and call you bad things and whatever they can think they get by with. Oh yeah, they say that all the time. They say all them bad womanly words to you too, you know, the ones you don't want to hear that start with a B and C-U-N, you know, and W-H-O-R, you know, they call you all them things. They're not good people. They're not nice people. They weren't nice in life. And they, you know, don't necessarily make them evil. Makes them just like they were. And they don't like women, or they like scaring people, and when they know it's just like a damn troll on your YouTube page. If you let them get by with it, let them get, you know, that's what they want. They want to just disturb you. and they'll do that. I just tell them I'm not scared. That's all they got. They ought to work on their scaring us. Just tell them you don't want to talk to no evil spirits, only the good spirits. Tell them if the evil, then just say it. If the evil ones bother me, I'll recite St. Michael's prayer to you multiple times. How many times do you want to hear it? And I don't think it'll bother you after that. They don't like hearing St. Michael's prayer. Or you can say it before you start. Recite it. And then say, oh, I don't want to speak to no bad spirits. Or you're going to hear this again. And then you do your session. Most likely you'll have good spirits talk to you. Not always, but they won't be condescending like they would be if you hadn't said that prayer first. They don't like that prayer. Yeah, they do. I'm not going to say you didn't get touched, but if you did, there's a reason for it, because you opened the door with your session and you didn't close it. And that lets them stay there. You can always say at the ending of your session, any spirits that are here and were here or are here, you're no longer welcome. You must leave. You're not welcome. You're not allowed to stay. And most generally, they leave. You can take and get you some sea salt, Jessica. Put a little bit of sea salt in all four corners of the room. Put a little bit along the threshold of your door. If you got any windows in your room, put a little sea salt up there on the threshold of the windows, and they won't bother you no more. They don't like sea salt. And then if you still get bothered, all you gotta do is just burn a little sage in there a couple times, and then once you put the salt down, after you sage the room, it shouldn't be no more come in there. They won't like when they get there. Oh, you were the one who's getting touched, Mike, Matt. Well, the same thing goes for you. A little bit of sea salt, a little bit of sage does wonders. I've even saged my radios before. I had that one radio, I thought it was sure as hell that one radio was evil. I used to sage my radio. Okay there, Darren, thanks for doing so. Glad you could join if it's even for a second. Yeah, I gotta get you sleep, man, no problem. Thanks for stopping, thanks for saying hi. We were talking about how hot it is down there in Australia. I imagine it's the same way where you're at, Darren, so might be hard sleeping. Do the best you can, buddy. I hope you got air conditioning. Good night, Darren. Oh yeah, I never messed with a Ouija board. Not saying I never did, but my mind don't work like it used to. I probably have, but I know that the planchette never moved. I used to see one of these paranormal investigators do it all the time, and he'd live stream with that thing, and he'd hold the planchette himself, and all of a sudden that thing would be moving off. I don't believe that. I don't believe that shit for a minute. Even with two people resting their fingers on there, to me it's unconscious movement from the two of them. I mean, you know, it's hard to hold your hands up for a long time in one position, and if a spirit could really move that planchette, why does he need somebody's hands on it? Why can't you just lay the damn planchette there and say, okay, spirit, move it? I mean, did he actually have to take you over to make you move it? I mean, that seems like it would be more trouble than to just move it himself. I mean, the thing glides on felt. I mean, there's no resistance to it hardly at all. I always wonder why, if the spirit is strong enough to take over two people's minds, to make them move that planchette the way he wants them to, why can't he just move it himself? So I've never had, I guess you say I'm still a critic of the Ouija board. Well, I guess so, because I never had it work. Well, yeah, I'm sure they can move stuff, but it doesn't happen very often. Few and far between. I was watching Ghost Adventure last night, and I think they had something move. Can't remember what it was now. I think a door moved a little bit or something. But I tried getting the spirits the other day to answer a question for me about how is it that they know when we start a session. I mean, there's millions and millions of people on Earth. Does a big light turn on when somebody opens up a channel to the dead with a spirit box or a Ouija board? I mean, how do they know we want to talk? I mean, how do they zero in on us? It's not believable that they can see all millions and millions of people on Earth at the same time. There must be something that alerts them to our wanting to talk when we turn that radio on. I just believe there has to be something that lures them to us, you know. I always thought we had like an eternal light or something, and of course they told me that wasn't true, that they had light and they were true energy and we weren't. So that blew my theory on that, but I just think there has to be something that happens, you know, in order for them to zero in on us. But I couldn't get them to tell me. Well, it might be they like to watch us. Who knows? One goes to the other. Hey, you want to go watch Scary Larry channel? Apparently they can do whatever they want to do, I guess. They're not limited like we are. Oh, there's no doubt they can see us, yeah. Well, most of them know the question we're going to ask before we ask it. And sometimes they start their answers before we even finish the question. I've had that happen on how many times? You know, it's like they're getting ahead of themselves. They already know what we're going to ask. So they start answering the question before I even get the question out. I've had that happen many times. I just wondered how it is that they, you know, single individuals out that want to talk to them on the spirit boxes. I don't know. They really sleep. I think they have periods of inactivity. I mean, if their energy don't last forever, I mean, they got to be drawing energy from something, and I think that's when what you would call sleeping, wherever they derive their energy from. If they're in the universe, I don't know if there's energy floating around the universe, but they get it from thunderstorms, you know, static electricity. I don't know, but if they're supposedly, you know, their energy, then they have to get their energy somewhere. Because I've heard them speak of not really rest periods. What the hell did they call it? I can't think of it now. But it was like, it would be like sleep, but it wasn't. Oh, they didn't call it sleep. Like a rest period or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember what it was now, but they had a term for it. Now that I think of it, on that session the other day, I did ask that, how is it they know we want to speak with them? And I think they should give some answer like, what was it? We're on the edge of death? Or we're on death's edge? Or something like that. They responded, something like that. I don't know. But I didn't figure that told me much. Yeah, sometimes they'll be talking to you and saying something they apparently are not supposed to be telling you or shouldn't tell you, and another will come in and correct them or tell them to stop. I've had that happen a few times, but I believe it's angels that come in and tell them to stop. I believe there's like a universal code or something. They're not supposed to reveal a lot of things to us, and sometimes one of them will slip, and then they'll catch hell for it. Because the other day in that session, they actually said, when I asked them where they was, they said we're in Sheol, which is, also called Hades. It's called Purgatory. It's called a lot of different names. And they said that half of them were, how did they say? Half of them wasn't evil. Can't remember now. That's how fast good my memory goes. It was in my session there I did the other day. But yeah, they revealed they were in Sheol. And then I asked something else, and one of them started telling me something, and another one come in real quick on top of them and said, stop. Stop. Like they stopped them. And I often wonder if that wasn't angels coming in and telling them to stop. Because they told me I was in Sheol, and they told me that they said angels punish us. Angels punish us. And if you look up Sheol in Wiki or YWiki or whatever crap it is, it tells us a Hebrew name, and in the Bible it's referenced in about 7 different ways. One of the ways was it was a place of the dead. One place said it was a place where the righteous are saved. And that rang a bell, because a lot of times I've got in on these crossing over sessions, and whether they come from Sheol or not, I don't know, but it's like a bunch of angels go down and they start picking and choosing souls to send up to paradise, and they'll be picking and choosing, and then they create this portal and supposedly they send them up. Well, that might be saving the righteous. You got all this group of people in this Sheol, good and evil, bad, good, and the angels come down and they pick the righteous and they save the righteous, and then that group is sent up. But then purgatory, is also a place where you're supposed to confess your sins and all this, and where you're judged, and there's all kinds of different things about it. And instead of angels punish us, maybe some of them are being punished. That's why they're there, and they can't go up, because they have to get righteous enough or religious enough in order to be sent up. I don't know. It's all a big question mark, but it's awful damn interesting. Yeah, I sort of did a session like Morris did the other day. That's my best one. I'm always one that didn't like making spirits jump through hoops, but I was making them jump the other day, and I was getting good connection, good answers. They said Zara's name for me a couple times. I asked them to say the name of people that, talk to them. I asked them to say Zara's name, and they said it a couple times, and that's not a common name. And you could hear plainly Zara a couple times. I asked them to say Barbie, and they said Barbie a couple times. I asked them to say Bob's name, and they said Bob Wagner. And they were just, about anything I asked them, they were doing. They were telling me. So there were a bunch of great validations in there, and I've never had before, because I never, like to hold shit up and, well, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? To me, to me, it's like throwing a bone and having the dog go chase and go get it for me, or a stick, and I would never do that. But here in this last session, I had such good luck, I did do that, and got a lot of validations I never got before without doing that. So maybe the wizard and has got a thing going there. I know the wizard says that sometimes you ask them a question and it may not register right away. It may take a while for them to get what you want, so you continue asking it, and sooner or later they'll come through with the answer. And that's what I was trying on this thing. And yeah, sure enough, they were doing what I asked them, but it took, I may have to ask them multiple times, and Brett does the same thing from Dark Certain Paranormal. He'll say the name of something, he'll say it over and over and over. Sooner or later, one of them will say it, and at that time, that you had validation that, yes, they were talking to you. So that works, but you don't learn much from it if you just want validation. That's not getting the question answered. It just proves your connection with them. That's basically about it. And when you hold something up and they tell you what it is, that just basically is a validation that they can see you. And we all know they can see us. Everything they do is an advantage over us. We're everything, they're advantageous over us in every way. Seeing, knowing what we're going to say, reading our mind. I mean, there's nothing left for them to, have over us that they don't already have. And we're sitting here wanting to know everything and don't know nothing, and can't count on anything we hear because we don't know for sure. It's pretty crazy. Maybe that's what keeps us coming back over and over again. I don't know about that channeling Eric. I don't know where I stand with that. I've often wondered that too, Matt. If they're aliens, I really have. The man that started the Spirit Box, he thought when he first come up with that first Spirit Box, he built it to talk to aliens because of some kind of an article in Popular Electronics or something, and that's why he built the very first Spirit Box. And I think all the time up until his death, he thought he was talking to aliens, not spirits. He thought he was talking to aliens. And they even nicknamed him. They called him the purple. They call him the purple something or other. Supposedly they gave him this name, and I've thought about talking to aliens even more so once I used the Echovox, and I used a different channel on that Echovox I normally use. I don't know if it was A, B, C, or D, but I got a hold of these things on there, And I've often wondered, they often seem like they're different than the ones we talked about in the spirit box. And I think they kept telling me they were in Alpha Centauri, and they were, what's that one race of aliens? I can't think of the name of it now, but supposedly that's what they were, and I was pretty convinced on that session. I don't know if it's still on the YouTube anymore or not, but it was crazy. I mean, you hear this stuff about aliens changing our DNA back eons ago and coming here and pulling us from the upright walking Neanderthals and stuff, and changing our DNA so we would be workers for them to mine gold. You heard that before, I'm sure. Well, what's to say that, they also say that we only use 10% of our brain. So what the hell's being done with the other 90%? Maybe they don't want us to be able to use the other 90% because we will find out everything there is to know that whoever it is we're talking to, spirits or aliens or whatever the hell they are, will be able to know. So does our brain only work on 10% of it work? Maybe these spirits and stuff can contact the other 90% that we can't, and maybe that's why they have all this over us, because they can actually see into our full spirit, not 10% of it. The spirit's housed in your brain, which I think probably would be a lot of electrical activity up there anyway. But yeah, I don't know, it's all a big speculation, man. But I wonder, what would we be able to do if 10% of our brain is all we're using? I mean, these pyramids and stuff, the huge blocks, it doesn't seem possible that they could move them blocks on ramps, even if they had to build that ramp to get them up, and all these people pushing and pulling on these blocks, that stone. It just seems unimaginable, even, whatever explanation you give. But what if they were able to levitate those blocks with their minds? What is the other 90% of our brain doing? Maybe it was unlocked back then, or maybe they knew how to unlock. Maybe the aliens unlocked it. The humans had full, use of their whole brain, and maybe they could levitate those big, heavy blocks and move them into position. And maybe the aliens cut the blocks for them, with a laser or something, and because they fit together so tightly and stuff. And maybe the humans back then could levitate them and put them in position and stuff like that. I mean, it's all a big question. Stuff to think about. And I think about a lot of that stuff, as you probably noticed. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's really crazy. Supposedly with all our technology nowadays, why can't they figure out how to unlock the rest of our brain? Apparently it must be locked up somehow. I mean, if only 10% of it's working, although all the connections are through the whole thing, the neural connections and stuff span the whole brain, but yet we only actually use 10% of it. Why? Then you hear about all these people, that are struck by lightning, and afterwards they have newfound powers or something. They're psychic or some damn thing, and maybe it's because of the jolt. Maybe it opens up another part of our brain or something. It's crazy thoughts, crazy things to think about. No, I don't think so either. They had to have help. It's just too big of a mon. You know, even we can't build one like that today, I don't think. Now without great cost and. Uh-oh. Time for crazy pills. I'm going to turn my camera off here now. Don't get all bent out of shape. I'm going to take my pills. I don't want you to watch me slurping. I'm back. Yeah, past lives is. Maybe that's what we're doing with other 90%, storing our past lives in there. Maybe, maybe it's a big memory bank. Who knows? I had a dream once. Probably heard this too, but I had what do they call them, dreams? They're so real-like. I woke up from it and wrote stuff down that was in my dream because it was so vivid. A vivid dream, that's what it was. And I dreamed I was in a jungle. And I don't know if it was World War II or it was Korea, but it was in a South Sea island. I remember going over there on the ship. I remember being on this ship, a grayish-white ship. Of course, Army ships are gray. And I remember it was packed with soldiers, and the sea was rough, and people were out on the deck puking over the side, and it was, you know. Well, then I remember being in the jungle, being in one of the big old giant tents that they had like in camp. And remember my bunk, the old scratchy wool blankets, and remember pinups on the wall? You know, them old pinups like they used to draw on the nose of the B-52s and stuff. And remember being in a firefight and you could smell cordite and stuff, you know, from the shells and the bombs exploding and shit. And I remember getting shot. Well, I remember also looking at my uniform before that happened, and the insignia on it was legible, and I could read it and all that stuff. And I wrote all that stuff down after the next day when I woke up, and I wrote down the name, the number of the regiment, and all that crap, and looked it up online, and it was such a place, and there was such a company or whatever that I read, you know, that I wrote down, and so everything jived. It's like maybe I might have been a soldier from this company and was actually there. Maybe that was a past life dream, but it was very lifelike, and I should have wrote that stuff down for posterity, but I didn't. I just wrote it down and checked on it the next day on the internet, and it checked out. So that was really weird. Oh boy. The only lucid dream I've ever had. I gotta get rid of this hat. It's just bugging me. Bugging me. Wow. That's what I'm saying. Maybe there's a past memories out of that 90% of your brain that don't work. Maybe it's a big memory bank for past lives and all your memories and stuff from past lives. Oh boy, I drank them pills and I think I gulped some air down the wrong pipe. Oh man. Wow. Well, you guys, I think I'm going to get out of here, man. It's just the three of us, and it's been on here almost an hour and a half, so I'm going to call it a day. Thank you guys for showing up, talking with me here this morning. Didn't have too many this morning, but got to take into consideration. I started out, and I had a couple people other than you guys, and then I closed it down, and because YouTube was messing up on me about that monetization crap. So I'm thankful whoever came in and you guys for talking with me. Do it again in a couple days, I suppose. Maybe I can get YouTube to quit messing with me. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Jessica, I'm not quite sure where you're at, but Matt, I know you're in Australia. You try and keep cool down there. I'm gonna keep watching your tennis. I think, but I think the Australian Open is just about getting over. I don't like watching doubles. I only like watching single matches. Men or women's singles I like watching, but the doubles I don't like watching doubles. So I may be watching some more of that. Thank you, Jessica. Las Vegas, ooh. Jessica's in Zachland. Z-A-K. Have you been to his museum, Jessica? Are you chicken? Costs $100, I think, or more to get in there, in that museum of his. You probably know where I'm talking about, or seen it, or been by it, or. Oh, I'm just leaving, Time Lord. Sorry. I'm just calling it quits. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by, though, Time Lord. Thanks for that MP4 the other day, or MP3 you sent me. Yeah, I'm just getting out of here. I've been in here an hour and a half. And Zach Bagans Museum. Paranormal Museum. Well, just look it up on the internet, Jessica. You'll find it. Zach, Z-A-K, B-A-G-I-N-S, Zach Bagans Paranormal Museum. It's new. He just opened it there in Las Vegas, and it's quite the place to go, I guess. You even have to sign waivers to go in there and look at some of the things he has in there. You chicken? Oh, Daniel. Now I get ready to leave and everybody comes in. What's up with that? Thanks for stopping in, Daniel, but I was just leaving, man. I was just closing it down. I've been here for an hour and a half, and I'm really getting tired of sitting here, so I was going to close it down until next time. Catch me again, you guys, in a day or two. I just took my pills, and I got some air go down the wrong pipe, and I'm not feeling too good right now. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks, everybody, for stopping. Catch you next time. Toodaloo. Toodaloo.